Hey friends. Okay, today we're going to talk about something that a lot of people find very intimidating. They're uncomfortable with it. And I would say most people have no idea how valuable it is and how absolutely critical it is to your business, because if they did, then they would figure it out. They would not let fear stop them. Okay, so there's two ways that we're following up with customers and ambassadors and with potentials. I'm going to talk about following up with potentials first. So most people have not worked in sales before. They don't understand that you need to be building relationships and providing value to people and follow up with people, and that it is typically in the 8th to 15th contact with a potential customer that they will place their order, say yes, join your team, whatever it is. You guys, the magic does not happen for at least 8 times for the most part. And this is not Plexus stats. This is real world, real sales statistics, okay? So you join Plexus, you're excited, maybe you're terrified, there's emotions, right? You've got feelings about feelings and what you're gonna do, and you want to help your friends. Maybe you have personal business goals, maybe you wanna get your products paid for, maybe you just wanna help your friends. Most people, this is gonna be earth-shattering, I know. Most people are gonna ignore you or say no to you the first time. That is just what we do, especially the further you get outside of your circle of influence, your close network. And that could be big for some people, and that could be very small for some people. It was very small for me. And the further you get from those core people, the longer it's likely going to take for people to say yes to your products or your opportunity. And most new people, or even seasoned ambassadors, will really struggle with being ignored, told no, or maybe they have the courage to follow up 3 times and that person says no, not ready. Whatever they say, they did not say yes. And so new people, and again, sometimes seasoned ambassadors, can internalize that instead of remembering that this is part of the process. You have to get those no's. You have to get the not right nows, not ready, no thanks. You have to get through those before you can get to that magic window where 80% of sales happen, which is between the 8th and 15th contact with that person. If you give up between 1 and 7 reach outs, then you've given up on that person. You have given up on that person. Most people that are successful in Plexus said no for, I hear anywhere from 2 months to 24 months, okay? It depended on their friend posting consistently and posting valuable content, and even more importantly, the private messages and the interactions that were happening between those 2 people. And the more diligent and persistent you are, the more reward you're going to have. And I don't mean, okay, let's not make this mistake either. I don't mean you're constantly hammering them about Plexus, or this is a big no-no, but something it's very easy to do. An incentive comes along. Plexus has been all about incentives and promotions, especially the last year and a half. If you're only touching base with that person to tell them this is going on and this is going on and join my team now and get on here now, it's all Plexus, that's also going to backfire. You need to be in your follow-ups doing things like inviting them to watch another video. Plexus has really great videos now. Inviting them to an online or in-person event. Inviting them to the Plexus corporate events. They do corporate events and product calls. There are opportunity events and product calls for you. You are not the expert. You are not in charge of explaining or convincing or justifying or coercing, whatever it is. You are just inviting people. And in between those sort of Plexus conversations, you need to be sprinkling in some friendship. Check in with them. And sometimes it's hard. Sometimes it's hard when they're talking about migraines and you know they're struggling. It can be hard not to keep hammering on that. But you have to say, how are your kids? I saw that post this morning about your vacation. I saw that you're going back to school. Be a human and make a human connection, and then don't talk about Plexus. And then wait until a better time later to talk about Plexus. So you're kind of personal, Plexus, personal, or maybe it's just a lot of personal stuff. If you don't know that person, Bob Hiley would say, don't talk to them initially about Plexus unless they've given you a reason to. They've asked for input. They've put something out there. You want to be really careful. But following up in general, I just want everyone to know this and believe this to be true. And the longer that you are in this industry, the more you will see it. I saw it in my sales job, and don't misunderstand me. I am not a salesperson. I am trained to provide solutions to people. So I have never felt like I was selling to anyone. I'm not selling things that people don't need. I'm giving them solutions. So adopt that mindset, and then know without a shadow of a doubt that very few people are going to say yes the first few times you talk to them about Plexus. That is just how it is. And you're going to have to be okay with that, because it's not about you. It's about them. It's about their timing, right? Okay, so you finally got your customers and your ambassadors. Now, very, very important to your relationship and your business, you need to follow up with them. A good rule of thumb is to follow up with them at least once a week during their first month, maybe the first 6 weeks. And it's easy, when you're friends with someone, you naturally have things to talk about and stuff. But if you're not really familiar with that person and you weren't really talking a lot before Plexus, it can be kind of intimidating to check in. And sometimes, maybe I'm a little bit backwards. Sometimes it's hardest for me to check in on the products with people that I actually have a friendship with. And we tell ourselves these lies, like they're not going to like it, they're not experiencing results, they're going to detox, and then what am I going to do? And maybe they're going to tell me they turned off their order, so I'm just going to let them order their products and leave them alone. I'll just tag them in a bunch of things. Guys, you cannot work very hard to bring in someone into your organization or to provide a solution with the products, to build that relationship, and then they place an order and you bail. That is the worst thing you can do for your influence and your credibility and your relationship. You will be lumped in that category of salesy people, or out for $1, or selling to their friends, or all of those negative connotations. That will be how you are perceived if you get the order and then you bail. So you're not going to do that, right? We in Plexus lead with integrity and passion and compassion and authenticity, and we don't do that. So you're going to be checking in with them. Now, as you're checking in with them, I don't have a magic script. There's a lot of really good ones. I am working on some that I'm going to put on my team page, but there's a lot of different ways that people do this. But I would say very, very important. You want to help them establish a routine. First and foremost, make sure they're drinking their water. If they're going through detox, give them detox information. You guys, detox isn't just something that Plexus invented. Like, there is scientific information. There are a lot of third-party resources you can provide to them about detox. But make sure they're drinking their water. Make sure they're taking their products every day. Help them get in that routine. And you might have to be an alarm for them. You might have to say, should I remind you every single morning? You will thank me for doing this. Whatever it is that you guys decide. But the most important thing is making sure they're taking their products, being consistent. And I like to tell people up front, when they order the triplex or something that has some detox or die-offs, hey, if you start to feel crummy, if something's going on that's kind of wonky, there's no such thing as TMI. Tell me. I can tell you, we can get through it, we can adjust. Plexus is flexible, but do not go dark on me because I want to help you reach your goals. And then helping them realize and be aware of non-scale victories. Some people get so caught up in the weight loss, which can take a while. If you are older, if you have bad lousy genetics, or you're making bad food choices, or you've been sick for a long time, you're on medications, weight loss can take a long time. So in the meantime, build their belief by, getting them to notice non-scale victories like energy, better sleep, pooping regularly, making better choices, smaller portions, better moods, getting out of bed, feeling refreshed. I mean, there's all kinds of things that you can talk about. And there's Joyome, and there's the new Active now. I mean, there's so many things that we can talk about that are not related to weight loss. And I try not to set up this expectation that you're going to feel great and you're going to have these amazing results in just a few weeks. And some of that you do on the front end. I tell people to have a 3 to 6 month mindset, but touching base, regardless of what exactly you say, because there, like I said, there's no magic, there's no perfect script, but touching base frequently is the most important thing. It really is. You do not want to get an order, sign someone up, and then bail on them because of your own mindset or your own lack of understanding of how important it is. These are your customers. They are trusting you. You have to be there. You have partnered with them, okay? And that doesn't mean you have to be a medical professional or a health coach or a fitness coach or a nutritionist. That means that you are partnering with them to meet their goals, and whatever resources you need to pull in along the way, whatever events you need to invite them to, movies you need to send them about the products, whatever it is, it's your job to get them the resources during this journey. So I hope that helps you. I hope that you really, really understand that if you do not follow up with potentials and with ambassadors, you are dramatically hindering your success and quitting on people. And that's not what we want. You cannot expect that you are going to be able to override proven statistical data on decision making and purchasing that people do. I mean, there have been massive studies about this. So it's better just to have an understanding and acceptance of this is how it is. I'm going to work with it. I'm going to do the work it takes to do a good job, to be successful and bring health and happiness to people and help them reach their goals. Okay, I hope that helps. Bye.